Hey everyone! So, I think I had to do this video at one point, but I never did because of how much of a chicken shit I was on these topics because I had really nothing prepared to show. Right now I do have something prepared to show. And in fact, I still gotta glue the diagrams of Super Fighter. I don't know why they are here and not on the, whatever. Here's my robot book. Generally, it's a toy book, not only robot book. Um, but of course, it has many things, many shitty ass things that do have something to do with, first of all, my life. This is the Millennium Robot that I got 2 years ago. Actually, three, I think now. The listing picture, an intro, a picture of my grandma with a dancing doll that I used to have, and Daniel Aguilar, and a lot of Chinafic logotypes. So here we have a few diagrams of Robot Fighter from 2014, Millennium from 2015. We got actually two, Android and Pioneer from 2015. Then we got just a few random ones that have been kept ever since 2013, like the gun sound chip, the chip of the skull prop, the chip of Zodak Leader, the chip of Leading Robots, which in fact, now that I actually say it, it's exactly the same as the chip of the Superpower Robots, which is this one. Yeah, the one that's white and blue or white and red, those. Um, but I wanted to do this video just to show a few things, yeah, on electronics that you could keep in mind. These are just tips for when you go into the electronics of a toy. I'm going to begin by random ones as soon as I see what curiosity out of each, because I'm gonna see what's strange or what's weird about each single, chip that I fixed, and what I can actually leave as a recommendation on these things. Because there's papers that barely have anything, as there's papers that do have some important things. This is just a big ass compilation of all of these years of knowledge, I think. And I guess it is pretty much, or it was pretty much, the time to actually show it out and to show all the things that I'm aware of and that might help some other fixers when they repair some things. I'm not really gonna say gears or things because that's gonna take a lot more, but electronic wise I don't think it's gonna be that bad, to be honest. And of course here, no, this is not this one, this is Potency, I think. Yeah, Potency. Pablo, that one, I'm actually giving that one to Kev. And of course here we have the Robot Maximum Performance, which is the transistor blunder they made and everything. Mighty Warrior Mexican, Astro Firepower King, Super Fighter, all of the connections it has. The Bump and Go Bug, I think it is. Wait, yeah, the Bug. Robot Commander. Wait, I should have done a diagram on this thing. Here's the original bit of tape that was on the microchip when I got it. Oh, okay, that is where I put it in. Never mind. This, of course, you guys did not see this and this because I was gone for a little while because the phone broke again, and I had to fix these two, and I made a big ass diagram for when I was going to be back. Blastobot, of course. What a pain that thing was. The spinning snowflake snowman and all the connections. Robotric Warrior. The last top robot, and I think it's practically it. Oh, the Mooning Santa. Okay, yeah, the Mooning Santa. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show. So number one, of course, we got the lid, we got the cover, we got whatever you want. And we're gonna see what do we got. Okay, first of all, Robot Fighter. Things about these, of course, some chips do have, by example, a main positive that is a positive for the speaker. By example, like this one, the positive for the speaker, for the lights, and of course the main positive for the battery compartment. And sometimes the negative tends to be the relay, one of the relay contacts, while the other speaker and other relay contact are in another place. And usually, I don't know, usually by example, on these vintage ones, the negative is also the button. The other button wire is the lights, for the negative for the lights, and the positive has the lights as well. So when you join these two, more than just listening to the sound, you see all the lights flashing, lighting up, I mean. Then of course we've got some other things. For example, let's see, what about this? Hold on. There's got to be a chip diagram somewhere. It's weird I didn't do it. Oh, here. Light positive. Yeah, this one was one of the most painful ones because let's see. 2 switch blue, 2 switch purple, and GND, that's negative. And BB was blue battery, I think. Blue battery, I think it was. BB. Something tells me it was battery. BB, where did BB go? Wait, for try me function, TSP and BB. Oh, the blue for the button. Okay, the blue for the button. That's what I. Wait, I never made a diagram on the button. Okay, this is gonna be something new. Just a little modification I gotta do to the little diagram that I made. Then again, it was 3 years ago or 2. But of course, the button, yeah, which only were 2 tins if I'm not wrong. I'm gonna put but here, and of course it was just 2 tins. There's one that's BB, and there's one that is BS button silver, I think. No, blue switch. That's blue switch, I think. You know what? I'm gonna just pause it. I don't understand this anymore. I'll try figuring it out on camera to see. So I remember, let's see, that's like positive. Okay, that's fine. That goes one of the tins. Positive and speaker go there. So they get, again, it's one of those that has the speaker connected to the positive. Then we have to switch purple and negative for the battery compartment. Then we got the BS. What was the BS? It was blue switch, I think. To switch blue? No, that's this one. To switch blue is this one. What was this one for? BS. Blue speaker, probably? Yeah, that's what I fucking hate about this. I completely messed up on the colors. I'm gonna have to check later on, but let's see, that's speaker. Oh, no, wait, I did put speaker. My bad. BS. Okay, BS. I don't know what color S could be. Which I doubted it was a color even. Button blue, that's one. Blue button is one, but the other one came from here, I think. There's a Y right here. What's that Y for? The fuck is that Y for? Just fucking Christ. I fucking hate it when I have to deal with these fucking things. Of course, yeah, there's tin 1 and tin 2. Tin 1 has face, chest, gun. I know it. And then light plus. And then GND. GND has the lights. GND is right there. Okay, that's just fine. GND, of course, lights. Light minus then. But what's this? This BS. I think BS is the button, but I don't know the color of it. I mean, there was blue, purple. Wait, wire colors. Wait. GND black, chip VDD red, motor VDD, motor GND, speaker button, button blue. Okay, blue button. Blue button was the BB was right there. To switch purple, to switch blue. Okay, those are. But speaker yellow, button blue, button white. Could I just have messed it? Because I don't see any BW. Must have messed it. Then this one must have been... Hold on. I'll check in the other one. This is the diagram of my other Millennium, but this one's way different. I mean, we got negative instead of positive. Positive instead of negative. Contact P1. I think P1 is... P1? Contact P2 must be the button. Those must be the button, and then no, button 1. And the button, of course, went there, but having a slight issue with that. Fucking damn it! I thought I was gonna have no issues. Okay, you know what? If I ever take it apart again, I'm gonna check. Right now, this is gonna be on hold. I really will have to do this diagram again, or just correct the things that I got wrong, because I know the corrections are fine. So this must be button then. This must be a button. because it's the only one. Like, then we have to switch blue, speaker, light, positive, speaker, and to switch purple and G and D, but this one must be the button white. I'll leave it there. Okay, so then of course we've got some other modifications and things like Android, the transistor modification, Pioneer, just a slide show of how things go. This one is one of the ones that has the battery trick, but it has it with a single switch, so I don't think it's necessary to show that. Many other chip things and everything. Of course, the battery trick, that's one thing I should have around here better explained, but here's a little preview of it. The battery trick in some robots consists on that they have 4 batteries, but if you count 3 batteries from the bottom, it's going to move. And if you count 3 batteries from the bottom, it's going to make lights and sound, or vice versa. That means you just got to either take the last battery out or the first battery out, but leaving the last one out. And it's going to start doing something. Most robots from the 90s have that. I mean, 2001, Millennium Robot has it, but just for the movement. Robot Commander has it. Both. One that I got and the one that, like the 2 that I have, do have that. Fighters King, of course, here's Feature Fighters King. Only one of them. Metal Fighters as well, both Metal Fighter and Armor Cannon. Of course, some other shitty ass things. Then, of course, as I recommend, if you want to fix something and you don't know how the wires are going to go and you want to rewire everything, just do a fucking diagram, because you're going to have a butt hurt. I've already had a butt hurt at one point, but I realized how the things went. And that was in, let's see, what robot was it that I had a really big pain in the ass to remember how the things went. Yeah, this one. I think it was Thunderworks. Later on, I had to do another update, which is this one. This was on 2017. It was March of 2017. And this, I had to do a slight update because I did not know how this thing went connected. And the fact that the relay had to be interrupted when you would turn it off. I mean, originally, if you would leave it spinning, it would just constantly spin. Like, constantly make the sounds, I mean. I had to fix that. And of course, the mere fact that even though they're simple, they do need a few diagrams or something. Yeah, of course, Universal Fighter 6 in some others. But as I've said, there's a million types of chips, so it is really convenient to do a chip diagram, even though it might be the exact same chip as one you already have, because you never know. I mean, they might just change something like they did on Combat Heroes, and you're fucked. Because, by example, on Combat Heroes, this is the positive, this is the negative, just like any other traditional chip. On the new Combat Hero, this is the negative, this is the positive, and even though it's marked here, one can just not see that and fuck up the board just because, you know, somebody connected the wires wrong, and you can fry it. And I don't want that to happen like it happened with one of mine. Robot 2001, of course, again, one of the others that do have the main positive, I think. Yeah, the positive also for lights, the button, and the speaker. And of course, the other speaker contact was after a transistor, which I think it was here. There was a transistor in between there. What else? Leader New Robot. Yeah, that's a new chip that I put on it. Power Robot. That was the chip it had, and it was a pretty similar chip to that one, but not the same at all. And again, just like any other chips, that's practically it. So again, my main recommendation is if you ever do something like this, remember where the things are, and especially on these harness toys, even though they have like color harness, I had to do an entire diagram for Roboboa just to make sure how all of the pieces went. Which again, it's not a complete diagram, but it's what you gotta know before you take apart a Roboboa. By example, how the things go in the proper order, I think it is. One of these two must be in the proper order. Gyroscope, oh, the little tilty sensor thing. What else? Of course, the wire collars and everything, which is nearly unnecessary, but again, it might be needed. And just like the bell ringing Santas, by example, where the wire is positive speaker and light positive, and of course here we got the other speaker, which is after a transistor to amplify the signal, then with the negative. Kunsmet Robot Riser, yeah, this is more gear than any other thing. It was a pain in the ass. Of course, the connection to make that one switch turns it on. The other switch inverts the motor's, how the motor goes, if one direction or the other. The Dancing Bear, oh, I did not do a chip diagram on it. I did not do it. Okay. Okay. I forgot about that. Another bell ringing Santa. This is the 2006 model. The Ballet Cosmic, which thankfully I do have a diagram right here of how to do it. And as you guys can see, this is what I mean with the, back then, with the separate portion in the board that is just for the motor. There's a wire that goes all the way up to the head motor, to the head, I mean. It's a motor wire, and it goes connected to this little section, which is completely away from this. There's no connections or anything. It's just a diode to reduce how fast the thing goes. That's why here it says completely separate section on chip. Oh, RoboSapiens V2. This was hell back then, because at one point I almost fried, because there was, I think, there was one motor. I think it was the motor. Let me think. Yeah, I think it was the tilt sensor on the crotch and the motor that would make it get up and down. I inverted them and the thing just completely froze up. And I turned it off. I connect them the opposite way like they were supposed to be, and it doesn't turn on. Like, it doesn't boot up at all. So it boots up. No, it doesn't boot up. Never mind. What happens is I turn it on. The thing is still frozen, but it somewhat responds to my things. I make it dance, the thing dances, I turn it off, turn it on again, it was normal. Thankfully, it was not dead. Because I would have cried. The money I spent on that motherfucking thing, and if it was dead at that time, yeah, I would have been dead too. But yeah. Metal Fighter, of course, the Defa Toy one, the first one I got, which I said had the double battery trick for both motor and lights and sound. The Top Robot, the new one that I got, I think it is. No, this is the one from my cousin. Never mind, because it has the old T-type contacts. And all the connections and everything, which is exactly as Robot Fighter, as I've said before. Talking Jet. This, I never understood what the actual fuck was this for, so... yeah. This is the one thing I don't want to mess with. The Talking Jet is nowhere near my limits. I'm sorry, but I gotta see everything again. Just like with Super Fighters and Robot Sergeant, I did not know anything. Now I know everything, but I just gotta check, and I don't have the nuts to do it right now. I'm with a lot of other things to fix. What else? Of course, yeah, Potency. The one Potency I got without the shield, without the gun, I think it was, and with the antenna broken that I got from a friend as a present. Which again, it had the old generation chip. Unlike my newest, I think it is, which I think I should have a Potency diagram. That was 2015, right? Yeah, it was No, this is 2016. It must have been 2015 when I got the Potency, but I'm sure I do have a diagram on how it goes. Android, wait, shoot. Potency, there we go. That's the chip that my newer Potency has, which, if I'm not wrong, it has a micro resistor. I think it is, or it had this one. I don't remember, to be honest. This is one of the times when I started like caring a lot more about the resistor values, because that's what reduces the pitch. By example, this one has that exact same resistor right now, which is a 15 kilo ohms. It's right here, and that's why the Don't Drop the Gun sounds in low pitch. If you put a 13 kilo ohms, it's gonna start sounding in Chipmunk. And I don't like that, to be honest. That's just stupid. And of course, there's the other chips which don't even let you choose the pitch. It's all built in here, and they don't let you change the resistor or anything. I mean, don't get me wrong. If it has one of those like superficial resistors, which I might have one right here. Actually, I think Missile Warrior had one. No. Yeah, Missile Warrior should have had one, but the one I'm looking for right now is Universal Fighter 6, which I think I completely passed it. Here. It has a pitch resistor. I think this was a pitch, no. Yeah, I think it was a pitch resistor, because there was one that, let's see, that's the capacitor, I think. That's the transistor. Yeah, that's the transistor. And this is the pitch resistor. Then again, if it's superficial, you can take it off anyways. I've tried it before; it works, and you can just replace it by a regular one of a higher value to make it an original sounding one. But yeah, I guess that's practically it. I mean, I have nothing else to say. Which then again, if somebody has some issues or some problems with the electronics on something, you can message me if you know me on Facebook, and I might be able to help you out on something, because it's usually just checking. If you don't have a way, like if you don't know how the chip is connected, it's more likely just checking how the component's outputs are. By example, if there's a contact, a big contact, and it's after a transistor, it's more likely either a light wire, a motor wire, or a speaker wire. If there's a capacitor, by example, by example here, you can tell one side's positive, the other one's negative. I mean, there's a bunch of possibilities that are available. I might not know all of them, but if you talk about basic robots, it's more of a yes, because I've been years with this. I've been already like 7 or 8 years checking the electronics on robots, and I have a lot of knowledge on that, to be honest. I mean, I'm receiving things from Kevin that do have electronic issues, and I might actually do an attempt to fix them up. I'm getting things that they plain don't make sound, or they plain don't work, and I'm willing to actually try to use my knowledge on them, because I might actually get them running again. But yeah, I guess that's practically it, people. Other than that, I have nothing else to say. If you guys have any doubt or something, or you're working on a project, and out of chance you don't, you just need some sort of help, or some kind of advice on how a chip goes connected, if you don't know, and if it's too late and you took it all out, then I more likely will be willing to help you. So yeah, I guess that's practically it. It's been a pretty extensive video. I thought it was going to be rather short, but it ended up being super extensive. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, probably.